last time, Pete. Think it first. It's got to be glitching alright. Use that one cable. Okay, so that took forever.
Nice.
An error occurred leaving the sources of bad of your personal facility will not be spent. Recently required to see the person. Right, I have to do this thing again.
I can tell by the look on your face.
What?
Alright.
Right, so let me open that. What am I going to get? It's not a peacekeeper. Freaking banshee, dude. Freaking banshees. Trust a banshee to be there. Freaking banshee. Hate that one.
I want to see what it is. I'm going to go ahead and assume that I satisfy the customer. I could use one of those.
Oh right, but not the best. It's not the best. Oh, I shouldn't have opened it. Are you serious?
Look at that. Still got the manufacturer for them.
Let's open that. I'm going to use one of the cookies first.
Let's see
Open.
what we get. I'll take it. If that don't up your game, there's no hope for it. Not having people make noise.
I hate this. I can't believe I've got a banshee. Trust a banshee to be
Let's go.
just ridiculous.
Let's see what we get.
Nothing. Nothing. Nothing.
It's all yours.
I've still got 3 more. Come on. Please give me another range. Speed, is that one like that?
Get out there. Show them how you do.
Activision don't like me. Vanna don't like me.
See? That's why you came to me.
I say. Hey, oh no, got a bomb
Never
banana.
know what's
Please, I want something good. Carver. Freaking carver. Oh my god.
stockpile too many of these. Keep away. Dangerous. Here we go. All sails fine. Try not to look so surprised. Doesn't sell that badass. Great purchase.
Oh my god. What? What do you mean, oh my god? I didn't get good stuff. I got one of the crappiest things in the world. Like, look at that. Look, okay, so I've got all the snipers now. I've got that in common. Now I've got a fucking RSA. I might get a trick shot. Should I get a trick shot? Do you think I should get a trick shot? Yeah. I got all but better than nothing. Better than getting the freaking L4 siege. Right? Am I right? That. Go that. Okay, I got from it. It's kind of good. Alright, look at the stuff that I got. Oh, I've got 2 bodies. First, let me take a selfie. 2 tickets to Paradise. Look at my dad, bitch. There. Look at my dad. Ooh. I'm gonna go to the tunnel. Newtown. I'm disappointed.
Hostile down. Deathmatch. Liquidate all CDP assets.
So disappointed.
Advise. Hostile UAV incoming.
It was fun. I don't know how much.
Be advised. Hostile counter UAV is online.
Terrible. Terrible. Sorry, I was trying to get a trick shot. There's not a net one. Oh my god, I knew I'd get it. Spin around. Oh my god, he's got the Olympia. Oh my god. I don't gotta mess up the cable. Save it, just save it. No, I ain't trying anymore. I'm messing up the cable. No stuff. No stuff. See what I mean? I'm terrible with the guns.
Hostile UAV spotted. Hostile counter
I mean, I
UAV
also got all the
above. Radar
DLC
is
snipers,
down.
you know what I mean?
Be advised. Hostile UAV incoming.
Oh! Oh! Tell me you saw that. Oh! And again. And again.
Hostile AT-ST in your AO.
I'm going to try and get this gold.
Hostile counter UAV above.
Not tonight.
Radar is down. Hostile UAV above.
Oh my god, I'm kidding you.
Slipping away from us. Pull it back.
Pull one corner there. So you still in the trap? Yo, are you still in the trap?
Hostile UAV spotted.
Oh my god.
Hostile hater for your AO. Mission
Oh
failed.
my god.
New assignments incoming.
We can do better than that.
Boy. Dark matter. Dark matter. I'm the one, yeah. I'm the one, yeah. Like, literally, like it. In no way it gets wrapped. Why does it look like
Consider it done. Never.
Ready to... Profit KIA. Target down.
UAV inbound. He's dead. He's down.
Got a threat. EKIA.
Ring inbound.
Target spotted. Enemy down.
Go in front.
down. HCXD moving out.
The world is watching you never win. Black Ops at work.
Headed to Exfil. Drinks are on me.
That's right. I'm your worst nightmare.
The video you're about to watch, until the end, it's all very important, is going to completely clear me of all allegations. Another girl behind my girlfriend, my beautiful girl, Alyssa's back. I'm about to do an interview with a former member of Team 10 who resigned today. Immediately after he did so, he called me on the phone. It's the first time I've ever spoken to him, aside from that night, because yes, he was at Warwick. He was there for all of this. He called me, and the phone call surprised the fuck out of me. I'm referring to Max Beaumont of Team 10, who called me, and you guys are about to find out exactly what he said. Let's get into the interview. Alright guys, so I'm in a Skype call right now with someone who is part of Team 10, as well as was there, present, a witness to everything that happened on the night that I allegedly assaulted Megan Zelli, who was the assistant of Jake Paul. I told him that I'm recording, he knows I'm recording, I told him that this is going to be on my YouTube channel, he knows this. His name is Max Beaumont, you can say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Max Beaumont. Just to give you guys a little bit of backstory. Other than that night, never talked to him. I talked to him a little bit at Warwick, and then he called me randomly today, and he told me his side of everything, and I asked him if he'd be comfortable with coming on. And again, Max, I really appreciate this. It means the world to me, and you know, more than anything else, I just want to get the record straight. So,
As do I.
okay, so yeah, this is Max. Just to give you guys some clarification, this is the person I referred to in my videos who was at the table, also a part of Team 10, feeding the alcohol and stuff, and we'll get into that. We'll get more into that part in a little bit, but just raw and exactly how you saw things. Explain to me your view of the night and how everything went down.
Right. So before we even start, I just wanted to say that a lot of people are saying I took Team 10 out of my bio today. A lot of people are saying I quit. As you know, I sent you some proof that just says that I actually personally decided to leave because of what I'm about to say. That was the only way that I was allowed to come out and basically say this.
Okay.
So with that being said, I'm down to get right into it. So I was at Warwick on Wednesday. I was with Megan. I was with another friend of ours. The first thing that I want to make very clear is I did not see you kiss anybody that night.
Thank you. Okay. Because I didn't kiss anybody. But thank you for saying that. Okay, continue. Let's get into everything from your point of view.
Cool. Second thing, I did not see you assault anybody that night.
Including Megan Zelli.
Including Megan Zelli, I did not see you assault anything that night.
And
third thing,
I'd like to touch on that point really quick and just how, like, Max, you said you've been really good friends with her for like how long now?
I have known this girl since I was like 13. This has been like 7+ years of friendship, which is what makes this so hard for me to do.
Yeah, I understand.
Like, when you can hear my voice cracking, like, this has been like one of my best friends in all of my life.
And when Max called me, he told me, he said, it's been such a struggle for me over the past few days because I've seen this all go down and I've felt really bad for you, but at the same time, like, I knew that if I had come forward and said anything about this, that all my friendships, all my best friends weren't going to be my friends anymore, and this was going to completely ruin my relationship with Team 10, and this was going to ruin my relationship with Megan, but you said you had to come forward because, why did you decide to come forward to me and call me?
Truthfully, I'm very much under the belief that everybody should be treated innocent until proven guilty. And when I say proven guilty, I mean by like hard evidence, footage, like multiple pieces of hard evidence. It should not be word. And not only am I coming forward because of that, but I'm coming forward because, like you said, I was actually with you that night. I would have an idea of how you were acting that night, and I would have an unbiased opinion because of the fact that was a part of Team 10.
Can I get some intimate details on how I was acting? As descriptive as it can be, how was I acting? How did I act toward you? How did you see me acting toward other people? What was I doing?
Okay, so I went up to you, and I went up to Taylor that night, and the reason I went up is I wanted to tell you guys, despite all the drama that's been going on with my best friend, I still respected you, and I still respected your content. I was not expecting what happened next. You literally gave me a hug. You put your arm around me, you thanked me, you immediately took me in, and that was shocking to me. You weren't aggressive towards me, which I thought was a real possibility. You weren't upset. You weren't running to security and being like, "Get this guy out of here." You were nothing but nice to me.
Yeah, and the people that know me behind the scenes of the YouTube stuff, I know I give off this animated, crazy personality and stuff. I got tattoos, and I'm a little bit on the vulgar side of things. And a lot of people have come to me who meet me in real life, and they say one of two things. They say, one, I can't believe how similar you are in so many ways to your YouTube videos. But then again, number two, I can't believe how nice of a person you are and how genuine of a guy you are. And that lines up with pretty much everybody that's ever met me. And honestly, I was pretty far gone that night. I don't remember all the fine details, but I definitely, it's in the realm of possibilities that I gave you a hug and brought you into the table and just wanted to have fun. Because again, like I said, this is the first time I was out in 2 nights. My whole thing, I told all my friends, guys, I just want to take a load off. I want to forget all this stuff that's going on, and I want to just have fun. And that's exactly what I intended to do. I never intended for any of this to happen. I never asked for any of this to happen.
Me neither.
Another question that again, Max, seriously, thank you so much. Guys, I want to stress the fact I did not reach out to him. I thought fully he's on that side of things. I'm going to leave that alone, and I'm going to let the legal stuff unfold, and when I have to speak with him, I will. But he reached out to me, and he told me this stuff, and it really, you're a good dude. You really are a good dude for this.
Thank you.
And, I want to get into more of the details just so we can clear this stuff up. This shouldn't take long.
Sure.
Did they tell you that they saw me kissing anybody that night?
Yes.
That night? The night of?
Yeah, Megan told me. I didn't see it.
Okay. And why do you think, did she show you who I was kissing?
No. So that's literally a word against a word. I don't know.
Yeah, of course. I mean, just to give everybody a heads up too, and to let you know, I told you this already. Since this went down, I've had the footage revised over and over and over by everybody that I know that could do it right now. Until we get a subpoena, until we press this more legally, we're not going to get the security footage. We're not going to be able to share it with you. We might never be able to share it publicly with you, but lawyers are definitely going to take a look at it. I'm definitely going to be able to take a look at it. And the management of Warwick and the ownership of Warwick has already seen it. We went through it multiple times from multiple different camera angles. They have followed myself and Megan through the whole night, and they cleared me full because I insisted on this. At first, they only cared about the legal stuff, obviously, the club liability. They don't care about finding somebody, kissing somebody. There's no legal bound to me against me for something like that. But I insisted that they look for that, and they cleared me of both of those things. So I
also have to say that you were excited to see Alyssa. When you were just literally when I was talking to you, you were like, I have to go get my girl. It just for me, it was you were super excited to see Alyssa. You weren't in it didn't seem like you were in a place where you would have gone and done something like that.
Okay. In that night, did Megan tell you that I assaulted her?
Okay, so Megan,
please explain in detail and don't miss anything, and don't, again, I told you before we started recording, the fine details and everything about this in complete transparency, whether it's in my favor or in their favor, doesn't matter, just be completely honest. What was that like, the exchange of information between me and yourself?
After I left your table and I walked back around to where we and Megan and everybody else was sitting, I found Megan, and she said that, if I remember correctly, she said that she ran into you and that she got a bruise from you, but that she knew it was an accident that you didn't know who she was, and that it was just a crazy coincidence that she happened to like be the person that like ran into you. She didn't get into details. She said that she knew it was an accident.
Did she seem distressed or scared or like worried that I was gonna
Honestly, no. I'm gonna tell you, I didn't even hear about this again until I saw Jake's video. I forgot it happened until I saw Jake's video.
Now this is a very important. This what he just said is very important, possibly the most important part. So she said specifically she got a bruise in the same night at the table.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just want to touch on the fact that it's literally impossible. It's physically impossible to be struck in within 20 minutes, have a physical bruise on your body. Redness first, it'll take about a day or two to bruise and to purple. So,
Okay, she showed me some bruise on her neck that night. I remember it.
okay, so what that tells me is that bruise did not come from me because it's physically impossible for it to come. Do you know if Megan has any history with? Is she anemic? Does she bruise easily? That you know?
I don't. I mean, there were some tweets about it.
Yeah,
I don't.
I've had friends in the past who are anemic. It's much more common in girls. It's basically like you can press your thumb on a part of their body with a little bit of force and it will bruise the next day or the next 2 days. And I was just curious because she did tweet out, I have 5 to 10 mysterious bruises at all times on my body, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, that's really all I wanted from you. And again, now I just want to touch on Axe as a person. I know the next morning in the very beginning, but I can honestly say, Max, honestly, after you came forward and talked to me, for anything like that, it doesn't sound like you had malicious intent, and I feel like if I was hugging you and stuff and all that stuff, I don't think that's what was happening. I don't know if I picked up a drink from someone else. I don't know what happened. Like I said in my first video, I don't know much about what had happened with Megan or if I had been drugged because I don't. I didn't say it because I knew that I did something crazy and I wanted some outs. That's not.
What's up everyone, and welcome back to Top 5 Central. Today we're looking at the top 5 funniest robbery fails caught on camera. Now there's a lot of dumb people in the world, and it just so happens some of them are robbers, so today I thought it'd be really funny to showcase some of the dumbest and funniest robbery fails that have been recorded. With that said, if you want to see a part 2 on this video, make sure to leave a like on the video right now. Also, if you could steal anything in the world and have there be no consequence, would you do it? Let me know by leaving a comment. But anyways, let's get right into it. Number 5. Okay, so if I'm being honest, I don't know if this video should even be on the list, because the dude didn't even make it to the robbery part before he bailed. Like, a more accurate title for what happened here would actually be glass smashing and running away fail, but either way, I'll admit, it's pretty funny. Basically, the dude just walked past the shop minding his own business at first, then I think he just randomly realizes he could probably steal something if he wants to. I mean, there's no planning or thought at all apart from pulling his hat down as a disguise, as he just walks at a frame and then shows up a second later holding a rock. Like, even that level of calm doesn't last long though, because as soon as he throws the rock, he straight up turns and runs away. I'm assuming the impact must have set off like an alarm or something, because he looks absolutely terrified, and even better, he trips and falls like 3 times while running away. All that aside, the best thing about this is that he doesn't even break the glass, which really does make him one of the worst robbers ever. Number 4. Now I know not everyone believes in karma, but it's pretty hard to see this video and think of anything else, because this guy gets what's coming to him pretty much immediately. Like, we don't see it, but off camera the dude is busy stealing a handbag from some random woman, and he's trying to make his getaway when everything starts going wrong. I mean, he probably would have gotten away with it, but instead of running out of the automatic sliding doors, he picked the wrong side and slammed straight into the glass. I'm not even joking, he's running so fast that he actually smashes right through it, and he ends up laying on the floor while everyone tries to help him out. Like, that's actually the funniest thing about this video, because if you're trying to commit a crime, you really don't want any attention, and this guy had a full circle of people telling him not to get out. Like, even when his friends try to drag him to the getaway car, he's so hurt that he's easily caught, and when he does break free, his criminal friends have basically just given up on him.
So
Hostile HCXD in your AO.
Number 3. video thinking he's like the top dog, and it seems like he's got the whole situation under control. But the funny thing is, he doesn't end the video the same way. Like, he walks into the store and threatens the employee with what looks like a tiny knife, and for some crazy reason that actually works, and he manages to get the dude behind the counter. Now, obviously, you think this is the part where they give him the money, but there's actually a twist, because the store owner has the robber right where he wants him. Straight up, he reaches under the counter and grabs a huge bat, and as soon as the robber figures out what's going on, he does a smart thing and gets the hell out of there. Honestly, I think the funniest thing is watching him run past one security camera after another, because he doesn't slow down for a seriously long time. Anyways, I'd like to think this would put the dude off stealing in the future, but if we're being real, it probably just taught him that showing up to a heist with a weapon smaller than your finger is never a good call.
In your AO. UAV inbound.
Number 2. Okay, this is another one that doesn't really count as a robbery because he does give all the stuff back. The problem is that it's not in the best condition when he does. Like, seriously, the guy's drunk beyond belief, and even though he can barely stand up, he's still trying to steal stuff. It's pretty funny, actually, because everyone working at the store is just watching him stuff bottles into his jacket, but just looking at him, you can tell he thinks he's being really, really sly. Anyways, eventually everyone just gets sick of him stumbling around and demands for him to give the bottles back. But you know what he does? He looks at them and tells them it's not gonna happen. Now really, the employees are being way too nice to the guy because they let him fall over to the displays and talk back to them, but they just keep insisting that he drops the bottles. And so yeah, that was their mistake, because he eventually does, and they all smash onto the floor one by one. I mean, it's hard to feel bad for them because they really did ask for it, but at the same time, they now have glass and alcohol to deal with, as well as a random drunk dude, which doesn't sound like a fun night.
So you just gonna rack up on our liquor, right?
Well, how you drop the bottles when you pick them up and put them back in?
Did you? Oh my God. So you gonna keep them in there or you gonna take them out?
You can't leave the store? How you gonna get out here? Why not? What's wrong with you? You need a seat or something? You okay? Look at you.
Just take it. Yeah, you got a lot of bottles.
Come on.
Oh. They look down the street and it's taking on this. Oh my.
Look, you don't
Come on, you breaking bottles now, man.
You break, you buy.
Number 1. Now, it might just be me giving criminals too much credit, but I swear, aren't they supposed to scope out houses before they steal from them? Like, that probably would have done this guy a lot of favors, because he basically shows up at this house and starts trying to break through one of the windows straight away, without even walking around the place to see what he was dealing with. It turns out that was a really bad idea, though, because if he actually looked, he would have seen that the window he was trying to get through just opened onto a completely empty space. I mean, the dude literally could have just walked around, but instead he spent so much time trying to get through the window. Even better, once he finally does it, he just stands there like he's wondering where the inside of the house is. On a serious note, though, the best thing about this is that he just walks away at the end and completely pretends nothing ever happened, making this a super embarrassing and epic robbery fail.
No medal for second place. UAV inbound.
And there's our video on the top 5 robbery fails caught on camera. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave a like down below and subscribe so you see whenever we upload a video. Also, if you have your own top 5 or top 10 idea, feel free to search my handy form in the description to submit it. With that said, thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Need the assignment.
Okay, so real quick before the video begins, I just want to quickly mention that I'm currently in Los Angeles right now with my friend Matt or MC Sports Hawk, and he's hosting a tournament for Call of Duty Zombies World Championship. If you guys want to go check it out, link is down in the description below. What's up everyone, and welcome back to Top 5 Central. Today we're looking at the top 5 scariest moments caught on Twitch. Now a lot of really scary and creepy stuff has been caught in some live streams, and I thought you guys would really enjoy to see some of the weirdest stuff that's ever been caught live. With that said, if you guys want to see more
everybody was spamming the word run, so as soon as he turned a corner, he sprinted away, but he had to stop when the dude called his name. It turns out the whole thing was actually just a pretty extreme prank, and a lot of people in the stream were in on it. Like, I'm not even joking, apparently the dude in the mask wasn't actually a murderer or planning to kidnap him. He was just a dude who knew how to find him and decided to mess with him a little bit. I mean, honestly, I'm not sure how funny it was, though, because he still seemed pretty freaked out when he figured out what happened, so let me know in the comments what you guys think. Was it funny or creepy?
Wait, he turned. Wait, he turned. Wait, do I run? Do I run? All the lights are red right now. I'm running. Fuck, man! You know me? Why did you do that? Come on, man. That was fucked up. I mean, you seem pretty scared. No, because the chat made me scared, you know? It wasn't me. That was fun. You look really fucking scared.
Number 4. So most of the time, if you watch someone's content, it's not that weird to want to meet them in real life, but usually it's supposed to be like a nice and positive experience. I mean, I guess things must be different in Ice beside his fandom, though, because one of his fans decided that he wanted to meet him, but the way he did it went way beyond extreme. Like, Ice was literally just sitting and eating with his friends while streaming. One of his viewers showed up, and instead of just saying hello or asking for a picture, he sprayed him in the face with a freaking fire extinguisher. Crazy, right? Well, apparently he thought he would be funny, and he ran off as soon as his room was filled with smoke. I mean, seriously, though, it's pretty terrifying when nobody can see anything and everyone's struggling to breathe. So all they can do is really grab their camera gear and get out as quickly as possible. And so thankfully they managed to call the cops and the firefighters afterwards, but they didn't manage to catch the guys who did it. Regardless, though, call me old-fashioned, but I think if you see a guy you watch online in real life, maybe just stick to saying hello next time, yeah?
Yo, what's that? What are you doing? Yo, what are you doing, bro? Yo, dude, what the fuck are you doing, dog? What the fuck? Bro, what the fuck? Bro, I got him done. Yo, what the fuck's your problem, bro? You must. You need some fuck.
Outrider, KIA.
Tango down. Threat neutralized.
Number 3. Okay, so getting robbed is always pretty terrifying, but having it happen while all your friends can see you must be even worse, especially since they can't actually do anything about it. Well, that's exactly what happened to this Brazilian YouTuber who was just casually streaming in his house, and because he had his headphones in, he didn't hear when 2 guys actually broke in. And so yeah, obviously they got in and were sneaking around the house while he just kept on playing, which is pretty scary all by itself, but eventually they found him and things got even worse. I mean, you can see them in the frame before he even realizes they're there, and then when he does notice, he has like seconds to react, because he's straight up put a gun to his face. Then clearly he does what they tell him to do and gets up and moves out of the frame, and honestly, it's hard to know what happened after that. I'm assuming one of his viewers called the police and sent them over to his house. Hopefully in the future, he remembers to lock his door when he's streaming with headphones in, and gets a better security system.
Tava jogando Crash faz umas 6 horas. Eu só não resetei, não. Eu não vou resetar o log da Demon Task.
Number 2. Now this is one of those times where I really hope the video is fake, because if this is real, then I actually don't know how I should feel. I mean, what happened to this guy is actually pretty awful, and I feel super bad for having to deal with it, but at the same time, well, he didn't exactly do himself any favors. Like, the dude was playing with fire, and I mean that literally. Okay, so everything's pretty calm at the beginning, like the dude is just cleaning his collection of lighters and showing his stream at the same time. I mean, sometimes he tries to light a match on the side of one, but most of the time it doesn't work, so he's not really paying that much attention. Long story short, though, one time it works a little bit too well, and he manages to set the whole lighter on fire. And so yeah, that's when he basically drops it in shock and throws the match away too, but because he's dealing with the fire, he's not super careful. He drops the match in the trash bag, still fully lit. It's kind of awful, because while he's dealing with one fire, he doesn't notice the other one, and soon the whole room is filled with smoke. Like, literally nothing he does to calm it down works, so eventually he just runs away, and we're stuck watching the fire destroy his stuff more and more.
That's a kill.
Oh. Flame specialist. He's gone.
Friendly HCXD deployed.
Leaper KIA.
Hostile UAV above. Be advised, hostile HCXD spotted.
Okay, so honestly, I think Ice Poseidon must just be really unlucky because he seems to have crazy things happen to him all the time. I mean, Ice Poseidon was just walking around Hollywood with his friends when he noticed there were people in costumes nearby, one dressed as Spider-Man on the ground and another person on the roof of a building. Now, obviously, he went to see what was going on because he thought some kind of prank was happening, but it turns out something way darker was going down. From our current understanding, the dude on the roof was actually planning on committing suicide, and he jumped way before he could look away. The whole thing is seriously awful, but the craziest thing is that Ice had to get away from what was happening, and streaming himself watching someone kill themselves could get him kicked off of Twitch for good. I mean, I find it pretty surreal that he had to worry about the stream instead of worrying about what happened to the dude on the roof. But bottom line, it's just so sad that everything had to happen.
Hostile HCXD.
Now, when something like this happens, I just want to say that if you're depressed or sad, suicide is never the option. And if you're watching this, I want you to know someone cares about you and will talk to you, so I hope you guys all stay safe and happy.
Yeah, they gonna kill himself? It looks like it, yeah. Let's get out of here. That'll get us down. I might turn the stream on. I just wanna, you should vlog me. What the fuck? You just...
UAV inbound.
I thought this like the Spider-Man shit was there. Yeah, I'm gonna go, everybody. We thought like he had he had a fucking costume on, dude. We thought he was joking. He tried to he wasn't like over the edge. He was just like looking down and people were pointing up at him. That was like 20 minutes.
There's a video on the top 5 scariest moments caught on Twitch.
Deployed.
If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave a like down below and subscribe so you see whenever I upload a video. Also, if you're on top 5 or top 10 ideas, feel free to search me in any form in the description and submit it. With that said, thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.
What's up everyone, and welcome back to Top 5 Gaming. Today we're taking a look at 10 of the most embarrassing things caught on Twitch. If we could smash 1,000 likes on this video, that would be amazing. But with that said, let's get right into it. Number 10, Zillion OP. Zillion OP was a streamer who earned thousands of dollars from his fans because he made everyone believe that he was actually handicapped. And he supposedly used the money he earned from streaming to help him get treatments and survive. Well, lucky enough for him, the treatments must have worked a miracle as one day he just stood up and walked off camera. But unfortunately, that's not what actually happened. It turns out he was just pulling on his viewers' heartstrings the whole time by faking his disability.
Follow me. I don't want to follow you.
You hurt my feelings. Hey.
Hi.
Yeah, Uncle had to go cook.
It's easily out here.
Fire break KIA.
Oh my god, we took our dog, like to the fish shop today because the dog loves just like going out and meeting new people. Number 9, Sarah Kate Cat Scratch. One day, Twitch user Sarah Kate was live streaming while her cat was sitting on the top of her gaming chair minding its own business. Everything seemed okay until she got in its face and started asking for kisses. Now, some cats don't quite have the best temperament to be getting in their faces like this, so it's probably not the best thing to do. And after the cat had had enough of her, it scratched her in the eye pretty bad. But instead of turning the stream off right away, she goes through this scary experience while live streaming. As a cat lover myself, I had nearly the exact same thing happen to me a few years ago, and speaking from experience, it's embarrassing and not fun at all. He was just streaming normally when his mom walked up to the door behind him in full view of the camera. Which doesn't seem completely embarrassing though, right? Well, the fact that she wasn't wearing a lot of clothes just pushes it over the edge. As soon as he sees her, he pushes the door closed, but she still ends up coming in anyway to ask him a question.
Mor for helvede. Du må ikke gå på stream. Jeg skal nok stoppe. For helvede, mor. Godnat.
Number 7. Screaming wife. So this next one is kind of sad, but still embarrassing. Our streamer was just playing a game with his friend when his wife comes in very upset about keeping their kid awake. She said that she had to keep the TV blasting just to drown him out, which I'm sure didn't help the kid sleep either. After she leaves the room, he calls her some rude names at a normal speaking volume, and then she bursts back in and starts calling him even more rude names before leaving. Then she starts screaming profanity from outside the room, which I'm sure also helped this poor kid fall asleep. This whole fight started because she said that she couldn't get the kid to sleep with them being so loud. But instead of her trying to help it, she honestly just made it about 10 times worse. And this also isn't an isolated incident. There was another time where she left their baby behind with him while he was streaming to go and brush her teeth. And when the kid starts crying, he brought it to her and she starts screaming even more profanity at him. And then she ends up leaving him. Watching these clips, it's hard to tell how they even got together in the first place, as they really don't seem right for each other.
You're gonna slam my monitor.
Yes, I am, because it's thick in the voice. I've already told you twice to lower your voice.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you made me make more sense. You're fucking
It's my fault that she's trying to get our son to sleep. He's not sleeping because of me. I just want to make excuses.
Shut up.
You shut up, motherfucker! I will
Liquidate
shut
all
up
CDP
all over
assets.
your fucking computer.
Clean kill.
teenager would do if their mom just walked in and kissed them on a live stream, he asked her to leave. But then she gets
Counter
upset,
UAV
saying that she doesn't want him to
inbound.
play this game, since he was playing a lot of
Friendly
shooter
UAV
games. But
inbound.
he then made the argument that she used to buy him Call of Duty, which honestly is a pretty good argument, since Call of Duty is one of the more controversial games. She asked him to go play on the iPad or go watch a movie with her, all while live streaming. This was probably super embarrassing to have his mom just barge in and act the way she did.
Flank specialist.
UAV inbound.
EKIA.
Number 4, Nadia and Michael. So Nadia was streaming out in public when she caught the eye of Michael. When she first noticed him, she turned around and introduced herself and then went back to playing. But what's really awkward and embarrassing about this one is what happens when she's not looking. Michael comes back and just stands awkwardly in the frame for a while doing nothing. But after that little bit, he starts making some pretty awkward gestures for the camera. All while Nadia doesn't notice. I feel sorry for her. She couldn't just tell him to knock it off, as it would probably not make her look very professional as a streamer. So she really had no other choice than to let him stand there. You could tell by her face that she's at least slightly uncomfortable and embarrassed about what's happening.
Hi. Hi. Nadia. What? Michael? Nice to meet you. Game is so lost. Sad. Like the boss. What you doing? What are you doing? Nothing?
Number 3.
Mission for the job.
Now, Silent Sentry is a streamer who's known to do funny things on stream whenever he gets a donation. Usually, he'll put on a horse mask and spin around on a stripper pole. And that's exactly what he did this time. But the outcome was a little bit different. This time, the pole actually fell over and landed on his whole setup, which is really funny to watch, but also nerve-wracking because the thing came down pretty hard and it could have broken his setup. After this happened, he took a break midstream. Maybe to check his setup, or maybe to just let the embarrassment die down a little bit.
Pepper, thank you for the support, man.
Number 2, Rexy. Now, this next one is another mom situation. What happened was that Rexy said he was sick and stayed home from school that day. But then his mom came in and saw that he was playing games and got understandably unhappy. He keeps talking back to his mom, and they end up fighting while he's still alive. He said that he was already sleeping all day, but his mom is quick to snap back, saying that she doesn't care and to get back in bed and he's so sick. He knocks over his camera mid-fight, but doesn't actually end the stream, and it continues on for a while. You know he got in big trouble, as later on he made a video about finally having his Twitch privileges back. Moms are super embarrassing when it comes to live streaming. Maybe they have a sixth sense that tells them that their kids are live streaming and then to go embarrass them. Or maybe they just have the best timing ever, but the world may never know.
Tango down.
Black Ops. Mark up another win.
Win, lose, it's the doing I enjoy. Tango down.
Consider this a hostile takeover.
I can't play on this one. This game is.
Friendly UAV inbound.
Where can I get one of those?
Tango down. Friendly UAV inbound. Assault down. Friendly UAV inbound. Friendly UAV inbound. Friendly UAV inbound. We're winning this fight. All CDE assets degraded.
Burned it to the ground. Burned.
Cards in town because it's 8% of the events.
Team deathmatch.
We got this.
Mission is live.
Flame specialist down. Shooter. Good effect.
Friendly UAV inbound.
Flame unit smoke. Dead gone. Flame specialist. Piloting HCXD. Turn up the heat.
Care package inbound.
One unit small. Drop.
HCXD deployed.
Drop it smoke. One unit small. Button KIA.
They're against the wall. Press your advantage.
One unit on.
Got some smooth moves.
Be advised. Hostile UAV incoming. Good job, CVP. Mission reassignments inbound.
Baby, boss, it's the doing I enjoy.
Enemy combatant.
Consider this a hostile takeover.
What's going on? Let's give him the
Let's rock.
Hostile UAV incoming. Care package inbound. UAV inbound. Friendly Hellstorm inbound. Care package inbound. Hostile AO. Hardened sentry deployed. Black Ops RTV for debrief.
Anyone happy with that? Anyone?
That sensation, impending extinction, mate.
Let's make